A smartphone battery typically lasts for about 500 charging cycles, but most people keep using their phones well beyond that without even realizing it. The first smartphone emojis were created in Japan in 1999. There were only 176 of them at first, far fewer than the thousands of emojis we have now. Smartphone screens are several times stronger than regular glass. They're made from a special material called Gorilla Glass, which makes them more resistant to breaking. Still, they do break sometimes. The average person taps, swipes, or clicks their smartphone about 200-600 times a day. We do it so unconsciously that it feels like smartphones have become part of our bodies. A smartphone weighs around 200 grams. That's light compared to most things on Earth. But if you combine all the smartphones in the world, they weigh about 500,000 tons. There's about 0.034 grams of gold in every smartphone. It's a small amount, but if you collected it from all the phones worldwide, you could create quite a gold bar. The original iPhone didn't have copy and paste, a feature we now take for granted was completely missing from the first iPhone. Smartphones have made 10 million digital cameras obsolete. Before smartphones, digital cameras were everywhere, but now they've been largely replaced by smartphones. Smartphone signals can technically reach space. If you're in space, theoretically, you could still pick up a signal from Earth, but it wouldn't be reliable. Your smartphone can't replace a frying pan, though it gets warm. A smartphone's surface is designed to withstand high temperatures, just not high enough to cook food. Your smartphone might replace your passport in the future. With advances in facial recognition and security features, it's possible that smartphones could one day replace physical passports. Smartphones can detect gravity thanks to accelerometers. Smartphones know which way they're tilted, a feature used in gaming and various apps. Smartphones used to be called mobile phones, but now they're really pocket computers. Most people use their smartphones for everything but making phone calls. Smartphone charging cables fray easily, but there are countless accessories to protect them. Colorful springs and protective sleeves are sold to prevent fraying, but they often still wear out eventually. Smartphone cameras are now used to film Hollywood movies. The 2015 movie Tangerine was shot entirely on an iPhone 5S. Smartphone screens easily get covered in fingerprints, especially after eating greasy food. The screen becomes an instant mess. The world's most expensive smartphone costs around $5 billion. It's a custom-made iPhone encrusted with diamonds and gold. Imagine checking your social media on that. Very few people ever turn their smartphones completely off. Most people just use silent mode or sleep mode instead of shutting them down at night. Charging speed varies depending on temperature. Smartphones charge slower when it's cold and faster when it's warm, but too much heat can damage the battery. Smartphones have a lot of hidden features. For example, iPhones have a secret menu that lets you check detailed signal strength by dialing specific codes. Putting your phone in your pocket weakens the signal slightly. Your body blocks the signal just a bit, but not enough for most people to notice. A smartphone contains about 60 different metals. These include gold, silver, lithium, and cobalt, all packed into one small device. Smartphones are dirtier than a toilet seat. Research shows that smartphone surfaces often have more bacteria than toilet seats. It's a good idea to clean them regularly. Screen protectors aren't as effective As you think, they prevent scratches, but they won't always protect your phone from breaking when dropped. Airplane mode isn't just for flights. It can also be used to save battery by cutting off all wireless communication while still allowing basic functions. Your smartphone vibrates thanks to a tiny electric motor. A small motor inside spins to create the vibration you feel when you get a notification. Your alarm will still go off, even if your phone is turned off. Most smartphones are programmed to activate alarms, even when powered down. The default brightness setting on most phones is too high. Many people lower the brightness to save battery life. If your power button breaks, you can still turn your phone on. iPhones have an assistive touch feature that allows you to control the phone using on-screen buttons. The first iPhone had a maximum storage capacity of 16 GB. Today, smartphones with 1 TB of storage are available, a massive leap from the early days. Smartphones generate around 8 million tons of waste every year. The number of phones discarded without recycling is increasing every year. Turning off your phone once in a while can extend its battery life. Rebooting the phone occasionally helps keep the battery in good shape. Most people drop their phones at least once a year. That's why so many people buy protective cases for their phones. Samsung sells more smartphones worldwide than any other company, though it's a tight race with Apple. Samsung is the global leader in smartphone shipments. Smartphones have made digital cameras obsolete, with smartphone cameras improving each year. Traditional digital cameras are now rarely used by everyday consumers. A smartphone, a battery delivers energy at a precision of 1/billionth of a second. This tiny, yet fast, energy management allows smartphones to handle huge processing tasks efficiently. The oldest app on any smartphone is the phone app. The core function of a smartphone was originally to make phone calls, though it's often overlooked today. Physical home buttons are disappearing from smartphones since the iPhone 7. Apple has replaced physical buttons with pressure-sensitive ones, and many Android phones have followed suit. Smartphones have more than 8 types of sensors. These include accelerometers, gyroscopes, proximity sensors, and even barometers, all working simultaneously to enhance functionality. Smartphones charge quickly thanks to fast charging technology. However, fast charging can shorten the long-term lifespan of a battery. Waterproofing is becoming standard in smartphones. Many modern smartphones can survive being submerged in water up to a meter deep for 30 minutes. The flashlight on a smartphone is stronger than a regular torch. The LED flashlight on most smartphones can outshine standard torches, though it's best for short bursts. Leaving your phone fully charged for too long can degrade the battery lithium-ion batteries last longer if you keep them around 80%, rather than fully charging them all the time. Fingerprint sensors are accurate, but not perfect. They can mistakenly identify someone else's fingerprint, but the odds are as low as 1 in 100. Four GB of RAM is standard for smartphones now. What used to be a lot of memory is now the bare minimum, with high-end models sporting up to 16 GB. Smartphone vibration motors are similar to those in electric toothbrushes. A tiny motor spins inside to create the familiar buzz we feel with every notification. Cracked smartphone screens are actually repairable, though many people continue using cracked screens. Repairs can restore them to their original condition. Smartphones emit electromagnetic waves, but they don't harm humans, though they emit a small amount of radiation. It's considered harmless to human health. The average smartphone screen time is 4 hours a day. That's the global average. But in some countries, people spend even more time on their phones. It takes about 2 hours to fully charge a smartphone battery with fast charging technology. This time can be cut down, a major improvement over older phones. The average smartphone lasts 2-3 years. Most people upgrade their phones every couple of years. But with care, smartphones can last longer. Smartphone camera lenses are tiny but produce high quality images thanks to advanced technology. These small lenses capture photos that rival professional cameras. Many smartphones already have AI built in. Artificial intelligence powers features like camera enhancements, voice recognition, and personalized search results. Simple unlock patterns can be surprisingly easy to crack. Security experts recommend using more complex patterns or passwords for better protection. Smartphones have replaced in-car GPS systems. Most people now rely on smartphone maps and navigation apps instead of standalone GPS devices. Voice assistants on smartphones are used by millions. Siri, Google Assistant, and Amazon Alexa have become an integral part of daily life for millions of users. Smartphone signals may affect penguins. Research suggests that mobile signals can disrupt the behavior of some animals, including penguins. Blue light from smartphones can affect sleep. Too much screen time before bed can reduce melatonin production, making it harder to fall asleep. Smartphone batteries are highly sensitive to temperature. Extreme heat or cold can damage them, so it's best to avoid using phones in extreme weather. Many people check notifications over 100 times a day. Constant checking notifications can lead to reduced focus and productivity. Night mode on smartphones reduces eye strain by cutting blue light. Night mode helps reduce the strain on your eyes, especially in low light environments. Photos taken on smartphones are the most shared content in the past decade. With social media, smartphone photos are now shared widely across various platforms. If you drop your phone in water, drying it completely might save it. If you turn it off immediately and dry it thoroughly, there's a good chance it will still work. Smartphone charging ports can get clogged with dust and debris in pockets or bags can block charging ports, causing charging issues. Regular cleaning helps. The headphone jack was removed to make more space. By eliminating the jack, more room was freed up for larger batteries and improved internal components. The calculator app on your smartphone is surprisingly powerful. Many apps offer the functionality of a scientific calculator, far beyond simple arithmetic. Do not disturb mode automatically silences notifications. This feature ensures a peaceful night's sleep without being interrupted by constant alerts. Your smartphone processes millions of operations per second. Smartphones can run multiple apps and tasks simultaneously without noticeable slowdowns. Smartphone batteries are highly energy-dense. Lithium-ion batteries store a lot of energy in a small space, making them ideal for modern devices. Touchscreens use capacitive sensing technology. The screen detects the slight electrical charge from your finger, which is why it doesn't work with gloves. Your smartphone can double as a radio. Many phones have built-in FM radio chips, allowing you to listen to radio without an app, though most users don't know about this feature. Smartphones are part of a larger ecosystem. They are now integrated with smartwatches, tablets, PCs, and other devices to create a seamless digital experience. Your smartphone can survive brief exposure to temperatures over 100 degrees C, while your phone can handle short bursts of high heat. Prolonged exposure can damage the battery. Smartphone glass is resistant to scratches, but not friction. Gorilla Glass is strong against scratches, but can still get worn down by fine particles like sand. Some people charge their smartphones more than 10 times a day. Heavy users, especially gamers and video watchers, may find themselves frequently topping up their battery. Software updates don't just improve security. They fix bugs too many people delay updating. But updates often include important bug fixes and performance improvements. Cloud storage solves low storage problems. With cloud services, you can store data without using up your phone's internal storage. Battery saver mode is actually effective. When enabled, it limits background activities, significantly reducing power consumption. Smartphone vibration patterns can be customized. You can set unique vibration patterns for different notifications, so you know what's happening without looking. There are millions of smartphone apps. The App Store and Google Play host millions of apps, with new ones being added every day. Using your phone while charging shortens battery life. Charging while using your phone generates heat, which can cause the battery to degrade faster. Your smartphone may slightly bend over time in your pocket. Especially thin models can bend a little after long periods in your pocket, though the damage is often minimal. The most fragile part of a smartphone, when dropped, is the corner. The edges and corners of phones are the most vulnerable to damage when dropped. Phone cases can trap heat. Though they protect your phone, cases can also prevent heat from escaping, leading to faster battery wear. Vibration alerts drain more battery than you think. Constant vibrations, especially for notifications, can drain your battery faster than silent or ringtone alerts. Smartphone camera lenses are highly durable. They are protected by toughened glass that resists scratches and damage. Water droplets on the screen can cause false touches on rainy days or when wet. Your phone's screen might register false touches or behave unpredictably. Music playback barely uses any battery. Listening to music is one of the most battery efficient things you can do on your smartphone. Streaming video uses the most mobile data. High definition video streaming consumes large amounts of data, making it easy to hit data limits. Smartphone chargers are consumable items. They wear out over time, and as they age, they may charge your phone more slowly. Smartphone speakers are tiny but powerful despite their small size. Modern phone speakers deliver surprisingly good sound quality. If you use your phone for over 10 years, data might be lost. Internal storage won't last forever, so it's important to back up your data regularly. Smartphones keep getting thinner as technology advances. Phones become thinner and lighter, making them easier to carry in your pocket. The first lock screen passcode was just 4 digits. Now, 6-digit passcodes, fingerprints, and face recognition are standard for security. Smartphones are actually pocket computers. Today's smartphones are more powerful than most personal computers from just a decade ago. People tend to drop their phones when they're stressed. Studies show that we're more likely to drop our phones when feeling anxious or distracted. Playing games on a smartphone drains. The battery quickly games push the phone's CPU and GPU to their limits, causing rapid battery depletion. If you don't charge your phone for a week, it'll completely drain, leaving your phone uncharged for too long will cause the battery to discharge fully, making it hard to turn on. Swipe gestures are ergonomically optimized. Smartphones are designed to make swiping feel natural and comfortable for our hands. Metal in smartphone coatings can interfere with signal reception. Phones with a lot of metal parts might experience slightly weaker signals due to interference.